So sometimes it's easier to show people something than to try to explain it in an email. So this is going to be a quick walkthrough about setting up your grade book so that those final grades are released and students can see them. So this is an old class of mine. So I'm going to go up and hit Setup Wizard. You also can do a lot of these things through the settings. If you've not set up the class before, I would suggest going through the Setup Wizard. If you need to just change one setting after you've done that, then it's best to choose the settings. So we're just going to hit start. This is a points-based grade system, so I'm just going to keep that as the default. Here, I want to click calculated final grade. I want to hit automatically release final grade and hit continue. I'm going to keep this the same. I'm not going to change it. This is the default. You won't see these color schemes. Those are grade schemes that I've created, so this might be the only thing you see, so that's fine. I don't like to do decimal points, so I always change this to 0. So again, if you like that decimal point, keep that. Notice that was managing view. That is you. Student view is what the student sees. So make sure you've got points grade chosen. I use the grade scheme colors, so I like to also make that available. Again, I'm going to change that decimal point to 0. Everything else stays the same. I'm going to hit continue, and then I'm going to hit finish, and then I can hit grades. All right, now notice there's an eyeball here, and there wasn't before. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't always get all of the settings that you need. So I like to come back here because notice here for the managing view, which is what you see as the teacher, points grade is not chosen, nor is grade scheme color. So that means you would only get like the percentage they made on an assignment as opposed to how many points they actually scored. So if you like actually seeing how many points they made, then you want to make sure that that's chosen. I'm going to hit save. And then I'm just going to double check that everything else here is set up the way I want it. I'm going to calculation options, and again, it should be those two things. And if I hit save and then close, and then I can come back to enter grades. I've got that eyeball. If I want to check, I can go up to enter grades here. And I'll notice that all of that says release. If for any reason you need to hide the grades or you don't want them to see what their final grade is, you can click this and then just come up here and hit release, unrelease, and this will de-click all of these. If you just want to change or hide one person's grade, because sometimes you're like maybe fiddling with it and you don't want that final grade to change for them, you can just unclick that one person and hit save. This is where you would do that final adjusted grade, which means that you've got this grade, which is set by how many grades I put in the system. But if I want to make an adjustment, then I can actually manually kind of override that and put that in there. That's kind of what it's for. Okay, hopefully that will help you figure out if your grade book is working properly. I know it's a pain. It's not an easy grade book to work with, so give yourself a little grace and just go in there and make sure that you've got those settings right. Bye-bye.